Actually doesn't look that horrible, does it?
No, it doesn't.
For a tarp shower box. Assuming we hit the cabin. That worked good. And I got my snow melting right now in the stock pot, so I'll wait till it gets nice and warm and then we'll go in there and try it out. And that's 5 gallons of water, so that should be enough for me to shower, especially now that I got short hair, and enough for dishes, so that'll work out good. I'm about to take the first shower in the cabin on wheels. So I already got my water heated up. We melted snow on the stove. That is going to get pumped up through that pump to the shower head. In there, this is the same kind of shower stall I used at the cabin last year. It worked excellent. However, we're gonna put a clear shower curtain here just because we decided to let more light in there and it'll look nicer. But yeah, runs off the little 12-volt battery, and that's it. Simple. And all you do is turn on that switch to call for water, and that turns the pump on. So it's just a toggle switch. Just got done with the first shower. It was nice, man. Water was perfect temp, and I hardly even used any. So it's still over half full in there, and I had it about 3/4 full, so you can actually almost see the line where I had it right there. So I hardly used any. Just yeah, just get wet, soap up, and rinse off pretty much. But man, it feels good. It's nice to be able to get clean while we're here. Now that you guys saw the off-grid shower, this is our off-grid sink. And all my time off-grid and being off-grid in Alaska and staying in dry cabins there, you know, meaning no running water, no plumbing, this is the most common method that I have seen, and it's probably my favorite. It's just so easy and so simple. You just have this water jug, you know, and then your plumbing from whatever you have for a sink, just a little 2-foot piece of plumbing that goes into a 5-gallon pail, and then that's your slop bucket. So all your dishwater and you know, if you're brushing your teeth, all that goes into this, which is, you know, like I said, a slop bucket. And then you take this and haul that somewhere else, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. You really don't want this thing to get too full, because then you can kind of, you know, you don't want to splash that water on your floor. But a good way to gauge it is, you know, you have a 5-gallon jug and a 5-gallon pail. So if your pail is empty before you start doing dishes or, you know, whatever, you can gauge it by that and tell how full your bucket's getting by your water level on your jug. But for those of you that watch Boss of the Swamp, he actually showers with something similar to this jug here, and you can see you get pretty good water pressure out of these jugs. It's actually pretty good. Like I said, people use these as showers. They'll put them up on a shelf in their shower stall and then just turn that, and yeah, you get pretty good pressure out of them. So they work nice for a sink, and like I said, it doesn't get much more simple than this. This whole contraption here cost me about 25 bucks, and don't have to worry about pipes freezing, don't have to worry about anything. There's nothing that can go wrong here. So actually the only thing that can go wrong is if this bucket overflows, which that sucks. I have done that before. That happened to me in Alaska a couple times. But a lot of people will put a tray or a pan underneath the bucket. So if this does ever get away from you and you forget to empty it or something and then kind of start doing dishes, it'll drip into that pan or you know, whatever you have underneath there, something to catch it. So then it doesn't just drip on your floor. It'll drip into that pan. But yeah, like I said, you don't want to let this thing get, you know, much more than 3/4 full. And I will put a door here too. I didn't get to that today, but there'll be a little door that, you know, so you can access this and shut this so you're not just staring at the bucket all the time. But another thing too is when you're done using this, you can take it off the counter, and then you got, you know, counter space too. So like I said, it's probably the best system I think that's out there, because there's nothing that can go wrong with that. And I've decided too that it takes a little bit too long, and it's kind of a waste of propane to melt snow with this thing every time. So I'm gonna tomorrow's project is we're gonna get a fire pit going, and then I'll melt it on a grate over the open fire. Well, it is the next day, and you can see I added this little door here, just pretty rustic, threw some hinges on it, got a little screw for our slop bucket. So that'll be that. Looks a little better. And then in here, you can see we added the clear shower curtain. So when I showered last night, it got really steamy because there was nowhere for the steam to escape. So, you know, usually a shower curtain, you got a gap here. So we got that now. And then with this being clear, it lets in a lot more light. So I think we are officially set up here with the finished shower and our sink. You'll also have to stay tuned because we're going to move this oven and stove over there, and then there's going to be a wood stove right here, and you'll have to see how I make that wood stove. It's going to be pretty cool. And the reason we're switching to wood,
after buying propane for a while for our little buddy heater over there, we realized that it all adds up, and it's just cheaper and more efficient to get a wood stove instead of having to buy propane every 4 days. So, and we also really miss the wood heat too. So we're going to get a wood stove in here.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. And the reason it's going to go here is we're actually going to slide this over a little bit so the wood stove will sit there, and then it's going to go through the window so we don't have to put a hole in the wall, but it's going to go through the wall and out. And then come springtime, we can just remove it and we're fine. Didn't have to put a hole in the wall. So I think it's going to work out nice.
Also, with our other wood stove that we had in the back corner over there, it got really messy and we just didn't have a good system. But with it going here, there's going to be an opening, and we're going to put all of our wood over there, and it's going to be a lot more cleaner and just a better system.
I think so too. I think it's going to be way better. So Sierra and I have kind of a new tradition that we're doing every night that we'll probably do the rest of our lives, as long as we're living here. Where we live, there's kind of a nice loop that goes way back in the National Forest, and we'll show you guys what some of the surrounding area looks like on that loop. It's about I don't know, what do you think?
Like 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Maybe a little longer.
It's probably about 10 minutes. I'd say it's about a 5 mile.
But we drive slow because we look for deer.
Yeah, we drive slow because we've been seeing a lot of deer. So we just kind of at night we make some tea and head out on that loop and look for wildlife.